Yes, we are Linden Oaks, Innovative Approaches to Lifelong Learning and Wellbeing. Of course, my name is Dr. Carly Marriott. I go by Carly. You can call me Carly. That's fine. My parents have to call me Dr. Carly though, because they raised me, and now that I'm a professional, I have to make them proud. So they're required to call me Dr. Carly. But diving into Linden Oaks. So, Linden Oaks was founded in 1955 by two speech therapists, Dr. Aileen Gragnowitz and Gladys Gleason. And I have heard so many wonderful things about these two innovative women. And one of the stories that has come across the most is that when they founded Linden Oaks, it was out of their homes, but they knew that the individuals and the students that were coming their way, they would never turn down a student. And that is a mission that we continue to have today. We do not turn down students. If someone is coming to us and they have lost hope and they don't know what to do, they found the right place in Linden Oaks. So, with over 70 years of experience from our combined clinical staff, we really do stand apart through our commitment to holistic, person-centered care, looking at the whole individual and making sure not to just address the academic or social needs, but also emotionally and behavioral, and also the parents' needs and training and support for our parents. So our mission, empowering minds, transforming lives. We do provide accessible therapy and education for growth, resilience, and well-being in children and adults. Compassionate support is just one of our foundations. It's very clear every time I walk onto campus or talking to any of our amazing clinicians. I'm very, very lucky to be connected to such a wonderful organization. And our vision, we do envision thriving communities where every individual has the opportunity to reach their full potential through therapy and education. A little bit about the history. I'm not going to read word for word about our history, but I will touch on the fact that originally we were founded as SLDC, or Speech Language Developmental Center. And I believe it was 2024. Yes, in 2024, we did not adopt the name Linden Oaks. And it was to reflect the growth and the change that SLDC has had over the years. Speech and Language Developmental Center. It's very near and dear to our hearts, and we still carry their message and their pictures and everything they started with us, and even on our campus. But with that change, the Linden Oaks, it really was very symbolic of where we wanted to go. The linden tree is associated with healing and protecting, and as an oak tree, a symbol of strength and stability. And as they had this core foundation that has really lasted the test of time, we knew we wanted to grow and offer more services, grow like a tree, grow like a very strong oak, to ensure that we could offer services that were meaningful and be a place of home and welcome to any of those in needs. Can you go to the next slide, Hannah? Oh, this is a video of some of our students and our faculty. I don't know if anybody else, I can't hear that, Hannah. Hey, Hannah, if you're sharing, I can't, can anybody hear?
Hi there. Is everyone able to hear the video okay?
No, they can't hear.
No. Okay. Well, we can go ahead on to the next segment.
Okay. Well, really quick story. That is Janet. She is a board member. And she is one of the individuals who came to Linden Oaks as a parent. Her son was diagnosed with autism, and during his autism, excuse me, during his diagnosis, he was told at the time that he was, oh, there's Dr. Aileen. She's our founder. During the time of his diagnosis, intellectual developmental disabilities, IDD, was not yet coined. He was labeled as profoundly mentally retarded and autistic, and was told to put him into an institution and he would be happiest there. Well, Janet didn't, and our two founders said we are not turning him away. He had severe behavioral issues, and he has done wonderfully well. He does live in his own home. He does have part-time caretakers, but he's living a very fulfilling life. And Janet is one of our board members. Here's a couple videos of our students. This is our campus. We have a wonderful outdoor play area. There's one of our parents. If you'd ever like to come visit our campus, I'd love to host any of you. It's a wonderful place. It really is magical there. Janet just tells such a wonderful story of her son and his progress and growth and how she wanted to continue on to give the gift that she received from our founders with others. That is one of our assistant directors of education. Her name is Marissa. I believe you were able, Robin, I think you were able to meet her. Adult transition program, yes, we do. I will actually talk about that, Lisa, a little bit later. Our day program is the adult day program. It's on campus. That was Josh. That was one of our students. He was using his AAC device just to say hi, and I'm here, and thanks for talking to me. He's a great kid. This is one of our family members. Um, it's hard for me to watch this video without tearing up because I know she's crying in this. Her and her husband were on the verge of divorce just because of the stress of treatment for their son. Here's another one of our directors. I believe you also met with her, Robin. Her name is Cassandra. She runs our adult day program
Oh,
on,
yes.
yeah, she's fantastic.
She's wonderful, very spirited.
Yes, she is. She really energizes me when I need it. So I'm sorry you couldn't hear, but there's so many stories, so many really inspiring stories and very touching stories. It's probably better that I didn't hear it because I would have been blubbering and crying too. But we do have such wonderful staff that a few of them stepped into that video. Wonderful, wonderful staff that just truly care and are here for our families. And they want to make a difference every single day. So, like I said, very, very fortunate to be where I'm at. So, Linden Oaks programs for every stage of life. As the Vice President of Programs and Services, I'm really excited to step into my role and to build more programs for the needs in the communities. Yes, absolutely. I can send you the video to watch in your own time. Hannah, if you wouldn't mind, could you drop my name into the chat? And everybody, if you wanted to just send me a quick what you want to see, what you want to know, I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. We have time for questions and answers a little bit later, but I'd love to have my email out to everyone so you can get me. And the recording will be posted. Thank you very much, Robin. I appreciate that. So yes, Linden Oaks is a nonprofit organization serving children and young adults across Orange County, Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. As I was saying, I got a little off track, but as I was saying earlier, as the Vice President of Programs and Services, I am constantly building and looking for areas of growth where communities need them. Some of my ideas, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to make any promises, but I would like to share some of the ideas that I'm looking in currently include behavioral respite care and behavioral based community day programs for our individuals across California. While I was working with regional centers, I had the distinct pleasure to be able to work with most of the regional centers in California, from Redding to San Diego. So I have quite a few connections and very excited about that because I work very seamlessly with our regional centers to answer the need of the community and really dedicate time and energy to building quality programs that are needed by our individuals. At Linden Oaks, we have 150. Oops, let's go back really, really quickly. I didn't even get to go through our programs. Thanks, Hannah. Appreciate it. We have 150 dedicated staff members with individualized programs, services to around 300 people, ages 5 to 40. So while the majority of those we support are individuals on the autism spectrum with comorbidity and other diagnosis, we serve a wide range of intellectual developmental different disabilities and mental health challenges, especially behavioral health challenges. So each person's unique needs are geared and looked at through the lens of special education and therapy. So some of our services that we offer, like I mentioned, we just launched our ABA services. I have a long history of ABA services, and we're doing those in-home therapy. The clinic base is not quite ready yet, but it is an in-home therapy, and it is very personalized techniques for understanding challenging behavior and working with families so they understand too. On campus, we have our early intervention therapy, so helping our young children build foundational skills and address developmental gaps. That is incorporated with our specialized, our K through 12, our non-public school. And that is really the foundation of Linden Oaks. So coming on campus, that's where we built our history and our clinical skills at the school in Buena Park. And we do deliver tailored education programs for students through age 22. On campus as well, I think Lisa asked a question. The adult day services on campus, we have a different section of the campus dedicated to our adult day program. We do provide a structured program that promotes independence, vocational readiness, and community integration. With our clinical services, we have speech, OT, PT. These are also offered on campus, and behavioral therapies, along with AAC for communication and AT therapy. I have also been extremely fortunate to work with some wonderful clinicians at Linden Oaks, and together we have built the IOP, or Intensive Outpatient Program. And this has been geared with one of the directors who is a licensed marriage and family therapist. And it's a structured therapeutic mental health support for those who need counseling or skill building sessions for ages 12 through 18. And that's funded through private insurance. We're working on working with our regional center, RCOC, Regional Center of Orange County, to look into funding IOP for services through the regional center. Focusing a little bit on our ABA therapy and services tonight. Our ABA program is designed to provide personalized, compassionate support for individuals with autism and others who benefit from structured skill building in a supportive environment. Our program really provides support for those with ASD, developmental delays, and communication and skill deficits. Our program goals are pretty simple in ensuring that we're empowering our families and that they really find the training and guidance and patience to understand what autism is, how to navigate it with their families, and to navigate some very scary questions that often come along with a new diagnosis for a family. Of course, for our students, enhance social, academic, and daily living skills, and a reduction of challenging behaviors so that they can do amazing things in the community like we know they can. And our ABA therapy really, like I mentioned, focused on communication, social skills, individualized approach, very collaborative, multidisciplinary teams. That is very important to me as a clinician. That's one of my top priorities, to ensure we're not pigeonholed in our approach, that we're really looking at the whole person and person-centered. And neurodiversity affirming program. When I began in the field, autism was very much, was masked, was almost shamed for many of our individuals. And as time will do, it has caught up a little bit. We're getting there as a field, but really learning and really teaching others about how extraordinary those with IDD and autism are. So some things that set Linden Oaks apart for our ABA program, evidence-based ABA programs led by licensed BCBAs and BCBADs like myself, and all of our behavior technicians are credentialed as RBTs and receiving ongoing support for BCBAs and BCBADs. And I've noticed that's quite a difference, and I'm very proud of that because I want all of our behavior technicians to understand the science of behavior analysis and how to accurately apply it, and then how to explain it, and then how to train the parents. And that starts with the modeling and compassion in the home. That's why we are home-based. Meaningful skill development to enhance the quality of life and independence, neurodiversity affirming care. We have wonderful partnerships with school districts, insurers, and regional centers, and we're continuing to grow that list. Caregiver education and support to promote success beyond therapy sessions. I am very excited. We're having one of our first parent support groups coming up, I think the first week of July. So we're starting that new adventure on campus, having a support group on campus, welcoming our parents, and just a well-needed night of rest and a chance to support each other and ask questions and be there in a way that sometimes school doesn't allow during typical school sessions, and really creating that holistic approach. At the heart of our mission, every individual is unique. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but if you know one person with autism, you know one person with autism, and how individual and how careful you need to be to create any type of personality that fits anybody with autism. Everyone is different, has their own strengths. And we offer that, very clinically sound and personalized therapy for our ABA. We do offer flexible scheduling, trying to fit around academic and extracurricular activities. As I've become a parent myself, I realize how important that is, and truly trying to work with our families to make sure that we create an ABA therapy that fits their lives. Practical tools, a clear timeline. As our insurance funding has changed, sometimes we have to make clinical decisions based on insurance timelines. And one thing that I am very proud that I have developed during my clinical experience is the ability to partner and pair with our families and become an advocate for those. So when we have to go up against insurance to talk about the clinical needs and why a timeline is maybe not the best tool to judge our progress, I've been able to really, kind of fight the battle against some insurances that are like, no, 2-year services and you're up. I'm like, well, learning is a lifelong lesson. So we've been able to do that, and I hope to continue doing that with our ABA services at Linden Oaks. They're structured to meet various payer requirements. We're working with most major insurances now and continuing to focus on our vendorization. And of course, coordination of care to help our families. So this is just a little snapshot about if you'd like to get started today, or if you have anybody that is looking for ABA services. We do not have a wait list right now. We're starting. I have RBTs ready to go. We have worked very, very hard to have a clinically sound program and are launching it right now. So we were so excited to meet Robin and partner with her. And Robin, I heard a joke that this is the beginning of a good marriage. So I was excited about that because all of my colleagues came back and they were like, "This is great, this is fantastic."
It was wonderful to meet them and to see people so passionate about their jobs. I mean, I think we could have stayed there all day, honestly.
That's
There
what
was
they
so
said.
much to talk about, and I really look forward to having you guys come back and present more
Yeah.
and working together on some events. So thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
no,
And
thank
we'll make
you.
sure that everyone receives Carly's email address after the presentation. But we would love to open the floor up to a Q&A. And if there's anything that we're unable to answer on the spot, Carly will follow up with you directly. Thank you all.
So if anyone wants to put questions in the chat, that's fine too, and I can speak for you. Okay, so we had a question for Lorraine. Lorraine is looking for assistance on getting her grandson into school for archaeology. He'll be a senior this year, graduating in May 2027.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. That's an exciting time for graduation. Yeah, it depends, Lorraine. If you, I'm going to put my email in the chat. I'd love to connect with you. We can start with email and exchange numbers. I'd be happy to. Hannah did pick this up, so you can scan that code or give us a call here at the number at the very bottom. But I will type in my email address. What I can do is talk to you about what services you need specifically and what areas, like how would we be getting into school? Does he need additional help with applications? Does he need to learn job skills? Does he need to learn computer skills? And so I'd love to work with you and look at those types, like the really nuance of what is needed and see what kind of funding would be available and what you're capable of doing, and maybe looking at the regional center. So community integration, ILS services are some of the first things, or independent living services. I apologize for the all of the jargon. It's just kind of embedded in my brain. But ILS services or independent living services is typically a service provided by most regional centers. And with that, um, learning how to navigate applications and go to the bank and grocery shop and go make dentist appointments and understand your insurance. Those are some of the targets for ILS.
Great, thank you, Dr. Carly.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have a question from Lisa.
Yes.
What do students do in the adult day program?
Great question.
What are the hours for the adult day program and age requirements? And does the adult day program offer a job program with it, like a hybrid model of both day program and working?
Lisa, fantastic question. So, what do students do in the adult day program? They do work on daily living skills, adaptive skills, social skills, and really, job planning and community skills, often going out into the community, going out into hikes, going shopping, all of those things to make sure that they are comfortable going into the community. And if their behavior allows, making them as independent as possible. It's very person-centered. Every individual is different. So you can imagine that we have quite a range. What are the hours for the adult day program? It's typically the same as our non-public school. So 8:30 to 3:30 are the day times. If they need to be adjusted, they can be. And this is funded through our COC, or Regional Center of Orange County. And that's completely funded through our COC. So it is a regional center funded program. The adult day program currently, it does not offer a job program, unfortunately. However, that is definitely on my to-do list of programs to build, is a job adaptive skills, vocational skills training program in the community. What I would like to envision, and again, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I'll share what I would like to do, is do a vocational skills training day program with the help of community members and organizations like this to put us in touch with those who need volunteers. And so we can work on basic vocational skills and build from there. Um, and like a hybrid model of both day program and working. Yes, unfortunately we don't have that, but like I said, it's very much on my wish for a vocational community based. And Robin, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to go through and read these too.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, Thanks. From DM, my daughter, who is high functioning autistic, just finished the first year at community college. Fantastic. Congratulations. How do I get her tuition funded? How can she get a job? Again, if you would like to, we can connect via email and then maybe connect through a phone call. Some of the things that initially come to mind is regional center funding for some not vocational skills, getting her tuition funded, but through grants, through the regional center, most service coordinators will be able to put you in touch with regional centers and grant funding. So if you were looking to get her tuition funded, I think grants are a wonderful, wonderful place. I also have some other connections that I'd love to put you in touch with about ways to fundraise for tuition. So if how can she get a good job? Great question. I would start with the same with a regional center as well and see if you can get a service coordinator to look at vocational skills. Again, if you're looking for ABA type programs, I know, Hannah, I really appreciate you putting up our code. So how can you get us? We could work on skills, social skills application, planning, prefrontal cortex, all that good stuff to work on those types of skills during ABA therapy directly geared toward those deficits. So she can learn how to go to look for a job, how to get ready for a job interview, how to do emotional coping with to deal with nerves when doing job interviews. So all of those things that can be done through ABA therapy. Lisa says, do they also work on cooking skills at the adult program? Lisa, I'm assuming you're asking about the adult program. Yes, they work on cooking skills. It is on the school campus, so it is a little bit limited because of insurances and all of those fun limiting things that we have to deal with. But yes, they do a little bit of cooking on a small stove top and a microwave. So enough to do a college diet, what I call a college diet, ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly. But yes, they absolutely do meal planning, nutritional planning, and a little bit of cooking skills at the adult day program. And is there an age limit for ABA services? Typically, no. So for ABA services, if you're going through a private insurance, there typically is not a age limit. However, it has been my experience, and again, this is a caveat because this is just my experience, but most insurances will say if they're older than 25 per se, they will say we will fund ABA therapy for 2 years. And like I mentioned before, they really put a cap on services because they'll say this person is an adult. How much skills can they actually acquire as an older adult? Which I think is just hooey because I've worked with so many individuals past the age of 50 who have been able to acquire some very, very meaningful skills at any age. We have Kaiser Permanente insurance. Is it accepted? No, DM, I am sorry. We are trying to work with Kaiser. They are currently funded through Easter Seals, and Easter Seals kind of holds the key to Kaiser Permanente insurance. But I do have contacts at Kaiser. I'd be happy to put you in touch with those as well.
Okay, if you have any more questions, you can feel free to funnel them through me or go directly to Dr. Carla Marriott or Hannah Aguirre. Again, they were wonderful people to meet in person, and I was so delighted that they would come speak to our group. As with all our meetings, we will have the recording and the presentation posted on our website shortly. So thank you all. And with that, I would like to introduce our next speaker. Thank you again, Dr. Carly and Hannah. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, Judith, do we have you? Yes, I've been so lucky being out meeting people. I met Judith at a resource fair at a school, and it was just amazing. And we talked, and I was looking at their programs for my son, and I was like, wait a minute, they could come present. So I'm so excited to have Judith present about Coastline's programs, and I will give her the floor. If you have any questions at all, you can put them in the chat, or we'll hold questions at the end. So thank you so much, Judith.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I know it's a little later in the day, but we'll power through this. So my name's Judith Quezada. I am the job developer for our COAST program, which is our career options through academic support and training. So I'll be talking about both our COAST program and our ID. programs that we have here. So first off, our intellectual disability programs, which is our ID, where we're currently offering our student eligibility. We'll go into the COAST programs, our current programs, and future programs, and then I'll provide you guys with some contact information. So our intellectual disabilities program is Coastline's ID programs that offers classes designed especially for students with mild to moderate ID. The classes are non-credit and are free. No, we don't need any referral from regional center. So that's a great part about our program. Coastline Community College is committed to providing an education to qualified students with disabilities, eligibility for state funding to provide such services, however, requires that the college obtain professional certification of each student's disability. The application process. So typically we have either a student or family either reach out via phone, an email, or if, when we go out to resource fairs, we provide a lot of that information for them for families and students that are interested. Once you contact us, we'll provide you with an application packet. We'll do a verification of disability. The accepted documents for verification could be high school documents, such as like an IEP, multidisciplinary report, Regional Center of Orange County, if there's any documentation that you've provided to them, we could definitely use those, or a doctor's, psychiatrist or psychologist. Then there'll be a file review, an interview, and then enrollment. The type of classes that are offered in ID are academic growth, critical thinking, math concepts, reading and writing, community awareness, such as community resource, consumer skills, enrichment, music, art, customs, culture, and holidays, fitness. We have adult fitness classes, rhythm and movement, and aerobics, independent living, applied academics, food preparation, and health concepts, social skills such as personal and social adjustments and communication, and technology, introduction to computers, and desktop publishing. So here is a sample of what our classes look like. Typically, classes are as early as 10 in the morning, about 2 hours, 2.5. Students do get a break right at middle of those classes, so about after an hour, hour 15. And then the latest classes that we have are at 4:30 to about 6:15. Everything that you do see highlighted, we do offer those classes on Zoom. So I know we do have some students that prefer an online method. So we have, an option for everyone, depending on, do they want to do something in person or online? With our online classes, I really love those. We've had students that are out of the county that can still participate. Maybe they can't make the commute, but on Zoom classes is, the best way for them to access our class. And then our COAST program, which is our Career Options to Academic Support and Training. The COAST program is a unique vocational program for adults with ID and autism, offers job and employability skills training in professional settings. Each program runs on a cohort model. The program length varies, typically 2 to 4 semesters, free non-credit courses in popular employment areas. And when all classes are successfully completed, students earn a certificate of completion in their field of studies, and they're able to participate in graduation. So typically for our COAST program, we do have a more intimate reception for them on our Newport Beach campus, where all of our classes do take place. Students are also able to participate in our bigger college graduation ceremony if they choose to do so. In the application process for the COAST program, again, either a student or family calls in, sends an email, just inquiring a little bit more about it. We provide them an application packet, we go through a verification of their disability. There'll be a file review and interview setup, which would be an individual interview, a group assessment, and then acceptance and enrollment. So student eligibility. So some of the factors that we look for when admitting students is their independence, social maturity, motivation to participate in the program. Student participation is required to demonstrate measurable progress. So the ability to sit in a class setting, listen, and benefit from instruction, ability to be independent in providing all personal and/or self-care needs, and ability to get to class independently on time and for the full class period. So we do have families that at times ask, what if my child needs like a job coach or like personal assistant in class? Our classes have embedded the instructor and two classroom aides. So there would be the students would have the support in class if they needed someone there. But again, if it's there's other reasons that a student might need someone with them in class, will be reviewed on a case-to-case basis. The programs that are offered are animal care, art basics, creative arts basic, culinary basics, drama basics, guest services, horticulture, music basics, and supporter programs. So our animal care program, this is a 3-semester program. First semester focuses on the fundamentals of basic animal care, followed by our second semester of intermediate skills in basic animal care, and then our third semester, which would be introduction to animal care vocations. And some of the jobs that our students can obtain is be a caregiver, pet daycare, pet groomer, kennel attendant, and farmhand. Currently we do have one of our graduates working at a local pet store out in Garden Grove. And she's aspiring to build her skills as a groomer and then in the future maybe transition into being a vet tech, but wants to get that experience in the field first before making such a big commitment to a vet tech school. For our art program, this is one of our longer programs. This is a 4-semester program with first semester focusing on the 2-dimensional media. Our second semester focuses on 3-dimensional media. Third semester, stagecraft, and fourth, an exhibition. So in this 4th semester, students do get to exhibit the art that they work in our Newport Beach campus. We do have an art gallery, and they go in, they choose the pieces that are going to be put up, and then they also assist in arranging how these pieces are going to be displayed for the art gallery. Some of the jobs the students are able to obtain is being an artist, set design, artist assistant, such for drawing, painting, printmaking, photography, collage, ceramics, and sculpture, and exhibition assistants at galleries, museums, and other exhibition sites. For our culinary basics, this is a 3-semester program. First semester covers culinary fundamentals. Second semester, culinary basics 1. And our third semester is Culinary Basics 2, which also includes preparation for ServSafe certification. So students attending our culinary program do leave the program with a ServSafe certification, which is something that, when you go into either hospitality or any type of restaurant, it's something that a lot of employers already are seeking. So this kind of gives our students that advantage of already leaving Coastline with this certification in hand. Some of the jobs that our students are able to obtain is food prep cook, dishwasher, dining room or cafeteria attendant, food server, busser, expedite, or runner. Currently, we do have a student that is working I believe it's like a small family restaurant, and it's, he actually holds multiple positions there. Aside from being like a food runner, he also has built his skills to now be working the cash register and taking orders for the restaurant. For our drama program, it's a 4 semester program. So the first semester is Introduction to Drama. Second semester is Drama, Making It in the Business. Third semester, Behind the Scenes Theater Tech. And then 4 semesters, a dramatic production. So again, with this program, students at the end of their 4th semester will put on a showcase where they themselves pick the theme of the show, will do auditions, pick who will be participating, so they have full control of the production. Um, and this is how they will culminate their final semester. For the types of jobs that our students are able to obtain is seasonal actors such as Halloween scare actors, stage crew, or theater floor staff such as box office, usher, guest service, etc. Our guest services program, this is a 3 semester program. First semester focuses on maintenance basics. Our second semester is guest services basics. And then our third semester is guest services vocation. So some of the jobs our students can obtain is parking lot attendant, bellhop, valet, and security. And then for our horticulture program, this is a 4 semester program with first semester focusing on the garden basics. Second semester will focus on groundskeeping basics. Third semester will focus on nursery basics, and fourth semester will focus on greenhouse basics. For that third and fourth semester, for these particular semesters, classes are not held at our Newport Beach campus. Students now transition over to Orange Coast College at their horticulture department, where they're able to work in the greenhouses that are available to them there. For the types of jobs that our students can obtain are groundskeeping, ornamental gardening, nursery worker, greenhouse caretaker, and farming. For our music program, this is also a 4 semester program focusing on our first semester with music performance survey. Second semester is music technology. Third is music organization and management. And fourth is a musical performance. So together with the drama students, this is something that they also participate in that bit production, but our music program brings in either musical acts, performances, again, all set up with they themselves are the ones that select what are the pieces that will be performed at our showcases. So some of the jobs that our students can obtain is sound engineering assistant, audio editing, and theater floor staff, such as box office, usher, and guest services. And then we also have our porter program. This is a 2 semester program. First semester focuses on groundkeeping basics, and second semester is maintenance basics. The jobs that our students can obtain is groundskeeper and custodial worker. And then if our students are complete our art, drama, and music, this would get them an additional certificate for the creative arts program. And aside from our vocational classes, all of our coast programs also require a workability course. So some of those classes are problem solving in the workplace, employability skills, applied academics, and the interview. Example skills that they work on in these classes are their portfolio, their resume, interview skills, professional communication, work attitude, and customer service. So here you'll see this is our cohort calendar. So currently we will be taking applicants for animal care, which will start in spring of 27, our drama, and our horticulture. Um, some of these are, you know, the ones that you see with the solid color are either already in progress. So the next, for instance, our art is still in progress with our graduating class being in the spring of 27 and starting a new cohort fall of 27. Culinary has just started, so then the next culinary pro cohort would not be until spring of 28. Um, Drama's taking applicants, guest services just started, fall of 26. Horticulture has been pushed out to start spring of 27. Music will finish fall of 27 with a new cohort starting spring of 28. And Porter, I believe it has been pushed back either for fall of 27. So these also might change depending on student entrance and how many applicants we have. And then for the job developer task, we place a priority in pairing students, graduates with jobs that are both meaningful and utilizes the skills developed while in the Coast program, locating potential job matches for Coast students and linking Coast job seekers to employers. And then these are some of our graduates from previous years. So this is everyone's favorite time of the year. Getting to see their hard work, celebrated, getting to see all the families come out and showing our graduate support. It's just it's this amazing day all around. And our graduates currently work at Albertsons, Instatent, Del Taco, UC Irvine, Ralph's, Knott's Berry Farm, Scary Farm, Zombie Donuts, Doggy Daycare, and Disneyland. And then our Coastline contact. So Lori Genevieve is our program assistant. She is the one that can help with applications, schedules, and registration. And then Dr. Rochelle Lopez is our academic counselor. Myself, Judith Quezada, I'm the job developer. Christina Calcanas, she is our faculty and department chair of Community ID program. And then we have Katie Stubblefield, which is our faculty, department chair of Coast programs. Our website, if you have any questions, our phone number is 714-241-6214, and our email where you can reach us, and if you need any applications, or if you have any questions, I would suggest giving us a call. Our receptionist is really great with answering any questions that many families may have. And we also have a Facebook page if you guys are interested. And that is all that I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions.
Thank you so much, Judith. Okay, does anybody have any questions for her? You can speak out or you can put it in the chat if you're shy.
Okay, there's a question from Lisa D. Does Coastline offer a adult day program like similar to the one at NOCE WISE program, or just the DSS classes as individual? So unfortunately, we don't have a day program. We just offer our community ID classes and our Coast vocational program.
Okay, thank you, Judith. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, if not, the recording and the slides will be posted on our website. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, or I'm sure Judith would be happy to answer any questions as well. But
I'll
like
leave,
she mentioned her first line of contact would be the receptionist at their phone number. Go ahead, Judith. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I'll leave my contact information in the chat if anyone would like to reach out.
That sounds great. Thank you, Judith. And like I said, my first spark was I think these would be great for my son. So I appreciate getting all the extra information tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that we connected at the Islamic Foundation. It was a great event.
Yes,
We learned a lot about their program, and we were able to connect, and I can learn a little bit more about your guys' program as well. So I look forward to continuing this partnership, providing
absolutely.
any information that you guys may need. So
Yes.
I'm looking forward to all that.
Okay, well, we thank you so much for your time and your efforts putting the presentation together. And everyone have a wonderful night. Like I mentioned, we will get Josh scheduled back on to present about Fusion Academy as soon as possible. And we will be having a program full of day programs, one specifically from Linden Oaks that we heard a little bit about tonight. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and hopefully we'll see you next month. Thank you, Judith.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye.